Hello friends, welcome to my channel TechieGyan, and in this video I am going to discuss about the sample question paper which has been published by the CBSE for your examination of subject Artificial Intelligence. Code is 417. So this is for the upcoming examination which will be held during the May and June month, and as the session mentioned here, you can see it is 2021, and your AI subject that comes under the Department of Skill Education, and that's why this paper will be having 2 hours of timing, 2 hours of duration, and max marks will be 50. Right. So here, as you can see in the instructions, the same kind of instruction will be there in your final examination as well. So here you can see that uh, question paper will be having 21 questions within 2 sections, which are section A and B, and out of given 21 questions you'll have to answer 15 questions, right? So you have to answer 15 questions out of 21, so there are 6 extra questions. All the questions of a particular section must be attempted in the correct order, so you have to write the number in a sequence and properly you have to attempt in the correct order. And section A will be containing objective type questions, and these questions will be of 24 marks, and section B will contain subjective type questions which will be of 26 marks. So this was the basic information about your sample paper, and this is the kind of paper you are going to get in your examination. So let us go through the question paper along with the solution which has been provided in on the CBSE website as well, and you can download it, and I'll be giving the link of this paper into the description as well. So let us start with the question number 1a. Dash is the final component of the process of communication as it defines the response given by the receiver to the sender. So here the correct answer is feedback, right? So this is from part A. Let's go to the next question. Dash refers to focusing human efforts for maintaining a healthy body and mind capable of better withstanding stressful situations, and this is called stress management. So this managing the stress, managing and maintaining healthy body and mind, right? So this comes under the stress management technique. So next, having conscious knowledge of your own self capabilities and feelings and one's own characteristics is called self awareness. If you are aware about yourself, if you know that your capabilities and confidences, your weaknesses, that is called self awareness. Next, a dash is a software program that attaches itself to other programs and alters their behavior, and this is called computer virus. Right? So your viruses, they attach themselves with another program or software in your computer, and then it changes the behavior of the software. Question 5, dash refers to the recruitment, employment, selection, training, development, and compensation of the employee with an organization, and this is called human resource management. So it's one HR team or human resource team is uh, mostly there with an organization, and they are involved in such kind of tasks like recruitment, employment, selection, training, and development, and compensation means salary and all. Now next is dash is caused when natural or a man-made disturbance disrupts the natural balance of an ecosystem. So this is called ecological imbalance. So whether that destruction is man-made or that is natural, in both the cases it will be termed as ecological imbalance. So here in the question 2, you have to answer 5 questions out of 6 given questions, each carrying 1 mark. A dash is divided into multiple layers, and each layer is further divided into several blocks called nodes. So here we are talking about neural network. So neural network is divided into multiple layers, and each layer is further divided into blocks. Next question, the dash canvas helps you in identifying the key elements. So it is 4WS problem canvas. So this helps us to identify the key elements related to a problem. Question number 3, dash is a domain of AI that depicts the capability of a machine to get and analyze visual information. So this is called computer vision. Wherever the visual processing comes into the picture, there the answer is computer vision. So that is the domain where these things come. Next question, question 4, dash is defined as the percentage of correct predictions out of all the observations. and so percentage of correct predictions is known as accuracy. So how much accurate is the system, that is the correct prediction. Dash is the subfield of AI that is focused on enabling computers to understand and process human language, and this is called NLP, natural language processing, NLP. In Dash, the machine is trained with huge amount of data which helps in training itself around the data. So it's such kind of training where an AI system or an AI machine is trained, then this is called a deep learning. So this is a kind of training to the machine. Then question number 3, we have 6 question out of 5 you have to attempt. Expand CBT. CBT stands for cognitive behavioral therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy. Next question, name any two methods of collecting data. So we have you can mention two methods of collecting data. So surveys and interviews. So this is one of the methods, right? Or any two of the following: surveys observing the therapist session, databases available on the internet, interviews, etc. Right? So all these are the methods of collecting data. What is the role of modeling in an NLP based AI model? So correct answer is C, which is in NLP, modeling requires data pre-processing only, after which the data is fed into the machine. So NLP, what happens? Data is pre-processed before it is fed to the machine. Next, what will be the outcome if the prediction is yes and it matches with the reality? What will be the outcome if the prediction is yes and it does not matches with the reality? So when prediction is yes and it matches with the reality, so this is true and positive. True and positive. And if the prediction is yes and it does not matches with the reality, so this is called false positive. False positive. Then recall evaluation method is, the correct answer is A, defined as the fraction of positive cases that are correctly identified. Next question, question number 6. Give two examples of supervised learning models. So classification and regression, these are supervised learning models. Question number 4. This also contains 6 questions out of 5 which you have to answer. Each question carries 1 mark. Define machine learning. So what is a machine learning? Machine learning is the study of computer algorithms that improve automatically through experience, and this improvement is done automatically through the machine. So that's why this is called machine learning or ML. Give an example of an application which uses augmented reality. So augmented reality, here we have self-driving cars. The this is a use, this is an application of augmented reality. There could be various other examples as well, when we have a set of virtual library, when we use your AR glasses to do some practical without actually being present in the lab. So that is also an example of augmented reality. Differentiate between prediction and reality. The prediction is the output which is given by the machine, and the reality is the real scenario in which the prediction has been made. Next question, the term sentence segmentation is. Sentence segmentation. So sentence segmentation is the whole word, is the whole corpus is divided into sentences. Whole corpus is divided into sentences. So this is called sentence segmentation. So you are segmenting the everything into sentences. Which of the following statement is true for an term evaluation? So evaluation helps in understanding the reliability of any AI model. So evaluation means basically uh, the testing or getting to know how much it has been capable to solve a problem. So this is related with the examination, as you will be appearing the examination. So that is a kind of evaluation. The same term comes here when it comes to machine. So we evaluation helps us to understand the reliability, how much it is reliable, how much it has been correct into giving a result. Which of the following is not a part of AI project cycle? So testing. Testing is not a project of AI project cycle, right? Answer is C. Next question, question number 5. Again, we have to answer 5 questions out of 6 questions, each carrying 1 mark. Question number 1. Dash refers to the AI modeling where the machine learns by itself. So AI model where machine learns by itself. This is called learning based model where the machine is learning. Prediction in reality can be easily mapped together with the help of confusion matrix. So here we'll be remembering this answer. Confusion matrix is the method where we map prediction and reality. Question number 3, dash is an example of application of natural language processing. So we have automatic summarization. So if some people is talking and their summary, whatever they have been talking, they are automatically summarized. So this is where the natural language of humans they have been processed and there has been automatic summarization. So this is an example of NLP. Dash is the last stage of AI project life cycle. Evaluation is the last process. So here, as you can see that here, software life cycle, within the software life cycle, last process is testing, and here it is evaluation. So this is the difference between a software and AI project. Next, in Dash, the machine is trained with huge amount of data, which helps in training itself around the data, and this is called deep learning. So we provide huge amount of data to the machine, and it perfects its a set of records and a set of outcomes. It goes better and better, and this is called deep learning. In Dash, input to a machine can be photographs, videos, pictures. So in what we have computer vision. So to input to the computer vision could be these items, these type of materials, or we can say soft copy formats, for example photographs, pictures or videos. So this is called computer vision. It is like seeing by a computer, eye of a computer, just to learn, right? Now we come to section B, where we have subjective type questions, and out of 5 questions we have to you need to answer 3 questions. So part A, again employability skills. Name the 4 main categories of communication cycle. So we have 4 main categories: verbal, non-verbal, written and visual. These are four main categories. So those who are referring the older version of the book, they might be having verbal, non-verbal and visual. So here we have 4 categories. List any 4 activities that help in stress management. So you can mention any of these 4 activities for a stress management, like playing, going out for vacation or walking in the nature, doing meditation, yoga, physical exercise, positive thinking, laughing aloud, listening to good music, or dancing, or uh, playing some drama. So all these are methods of reducing the stress or stress management. What is an antivirus? Name any 2 antivirus software. So you must know this is a very common term. Antivirus is a software program which helps us to detect and remove the malicious program from our computer. And any of these examples could be written, or any other example, right, of anti, that should be the name of antivirus: Microsoft Security Essential, Microsoft Defender, McAfee Virus Scan, Norton Antivirus, Quick Heal, or any other kind of antivirus, right? Name any 4 qualities of an entrepreneur. So again, this question is from part A, that is your entrepreneurship skills. So any of these 4 qualities could be mentioned: hardworking, optimism, independent, energetic, self-confident, perseverant. Question number 10. Again, this is of 2 mark. Name any 4 man-made disruption that causes ecological imbalances. So we have various destructions which the human beings have caused: deforestation, degradation of land and soil, erosion, overexploitation of natural resources, industrial and atmospheric pollution for which we humans are responsible, faulty mining practices, and e-waste generation. So these are the man-made disruptions or disasters to the nature. Question number 11. Give 2 points of difference between a script board and smart board. Script board and smart board. So there are 2 things. So let us see the differences. 2 point, any of these 2 points will work for you. So here, to make the answer clear, all the possible points have been given, basically five points. So script boards are easy to make. Smart boards are flexible and powerful, but they are not very easy to make. Script boards are around a script with with instructions of programs stored inside them. Smart board work on bigger databases and other resources directly. Then script boards are mostly free and easy to integrate. Smart boards, they learn on its own with more data. Script boards, they have some limited learning capability, whatever the script has been designed for, but the smart boards, they go beyond their capacity. They keep on learning new things. No or very little language processing skill within the script board, but in the smart board, coding is required to take this up on board. So this, it means smart board can do language processing, but coding will be required for this. So limited functionality has wide functionality. So these are the differences between script board and smart bot. Next question, question number 12, define the term machine learning. Also, two applications of machine learning in your daily lives. ML or machine learning is the subset of artificial intelligence. So this is the first sentence. This is a subset of artificial intelligence. Whether it is be ML or DL, deep learning, or the computer vision, all these are subset of AI, which enables machine to improve at task with experience, that is data. The intention of machine learning is to enable machines to learn by themselves using the provided data and make accurate predictions or decisions. Machine learning is used to Snapchat filter. They are just example of use. We use machine learning. ML has been used in Snapchat filters, Netflix recommendation systems, or the recommendation system which is on their Amazon, on Flipkart. So these are the result of ML or machine learning. Differentiate between the classification and regression. So here we have the differences in this given table. The classification, this model works on the discrete data set, which means the data need to be continuous. Regression, such model work on continuous data. Here the example, for example, in a grading system, students are classified on the basis of grades they obtained with respect to the marks in the examination. Here example, if you wish to predict your next salary, then you would put in the data of your previous salary, any increments, etc., and would train the model. So here this is an example of regression. Question number 14, which again carries 2 marks. Explain the term text normalization and data processing. The first step in data processing is text normalization. So text normalization is the part of data processing, which is the basically first step. Text normalization helps in cleaning up the textual data in such a way that it comes down to a level where its complexity is lower than the actual data. In this, we undergo several steps to normalize the text to a lower level. We work on the text from multiple documents, and the term used for the whole textual data from all the documents altogether is known as corpus, right? So the collection of, or the whole textual data which we have collected together from various documents, that is known as the corpus. Next question 15, name any two applications of natural language processing which are used in the real life scenario. So we have, any of these could be your answer: automatic summarization, sentiment analysis, text classification, virtual assistants, or you can say Google Voice Assistant or your Alexa, or Cortana. So these are real life examples where you can just give commands and the electric light in your bedroom turns on or off. So these are a real life scenario where we have NLP which listens to the human and they do the action accordingly. Right. So now we have question number 16, which says what is F1 score of evaluation. F1 score can be defined as the measure of balance between precision and recall, right? So this is measure of balance between precision and recall, and here we have the formula: 2 multiplied by precision into recall divided by precision plus recall, right? So you remember the 2 times of multiplication and addition, 2 times of multiplication divided by addition. So in this way we can easily remember this formula. Next question, Out of 5 given questions, we have to answer 3 questions within 50 to 80 words. All these questions carry 4 mark each. So categorize the following under data science, machine learning, computer vision and NLP. Right, so these are the various areas under which we have to categorize them. The latest technological advancement have made our lives convenient. Google. So here the categorization here is Alexa, Siri, NLP, then facial recognition. These are computer vision, right? Then we have Facebook, computer vision. Because why we are categorizing them, this is based on the features which have been provided here. So let us see, read it. Facial recognition and face lock have added additional security. So here facial recognition, it means the system is visualizing some kind of image and processing it, so that's why this has been put into computer vision. Again, face lock, computer vision. Then price comparison website. So this is data science. We have comparison mechanism where the computer is taking the data and it is comparing the prices, so that comes under data science. Chatbots. So the bots, the online automatic bots through which we chat, the customers chat, and these chatbots, they answer the queries. Most of the queries they answer, they are able to. So they are chatbots, so they process the natural language, they understand it, analyze it, and they have possible solutions, and they go to one of the best solution, and they provide the customer with the result. Then we have face app, again, which works on the NLP. Snapchat filters, they are machine learning, because they work on the various movement, and process they try to overlay some ready-made things over your image or over your video. So that comes under machine learning. Create a 4W project canvas for the following. So here there is a scenario: a more and more new technologies get into play, risk will get more concentrated into a common network. Cybersecurity becomes extremely complicated in such scenario and goes beyond the control of firewalls. It will not be able to detect unusual activity and pattern, including the movement of data. So think how AI algorithm can scrap through vast amount of logs to identify susceptible user behavior. Use an AI project cycle to cycle identify the scope, how you will collect data, model and evaluation parameters. Right, so here we have answer R. Then we have stakeholders. We'll be listing it: people who are using the new technology, and who. Right, so we have problems. That, so what is the problem? Issue, problem, need. Cybersecurity is the need when so much of the flow of data is not monitored or escaped. The antivirus, malware systems. And then what, when, why. So context situations, the problem is in use of latest technology where vast amount of data is at risk, where an ideal solution would be benefit of solution to them. An effective AI system which is able to detect the flow of data and also report unusual activities. So this is the 4W project canvas for the given scenario. So I think you have got what is 4W. See, it is who, what, where and why. Now next question, question number 19. Differentiate between stemming and lemmatization. Lemmatization, explain with the help of an example. So stemming is the process in which the affixes of words are removed and the word are converted into their base form. In lemmatization, the word gets affixed after affix removal, also known as lemma, is a meaningful one. Lemmatization makes sure that lemma is a word with meaning and hence it takes a longer time to execute than stemming. By difference between the stemming and lemmatization can be depicted by the following example. So here we have caring, and if we do lemmatization, if we remove the affixes, it is care. So caring, if we do stemming, this is called car. So we have chopped off this word without keeping the meaning into the mind. So this is the difference. Question number 20, write the application of NLP. Any four uses of NLP: automatic summarization, this is, then sentiment analysis, then text classification, and virtual assistants. So these are the four areas, four applications of NLP. There could be some more applications, more uses. Question number 21. Imagine that you have come up with an AI based prediction model which has been deployed on the roads to check traffic jams. Now, the objective of the model is to predict whether there will be a traffic jam or not. So, now to understand the efficiency of this model, we need to check if the prediction which it makes are correct or not. So thus there exist two conditions which we need to ponder upon: prediction and reality. So first we are going to test what is happening. So traffic jam have become a common part of our lives nowadays. Living in an urban area means you have to face traffic each and every time you get out on the road. Mostly school students opt for buses to go to school. Many times the bus gets late due to such jams and students are not able to reach their schools on time. So considering all the possible situations, make a conclusion matrix for the above situation. So you need to consider all the situations, and you need to prepare conclusion matrix. So here the case one is there a traffic jam? So prediction is yes, reality is yes, then uh, the outcome is true positive. Case 2, is there traffic jam? No, prediction is no, but the reality is also no. So then we have true, because the prediction was no, so this has true negative. Then, is there a traffic jam? Yes. Reality? No. So, false positive, which has to be positive, but this was false. Is there a traffic jam? Prediction? No. Reality? Yes, which is false negative. So, we have a matrix here, confusion matrix, where we have two types of prediction, yes and no, and we have reality, which is yes and no. And if we combine these two, yes, yes, that is true positive, then yes, no, that is false positive, then no, yes, that is false negative, and no, no, that is true negative, right? So you can see whenever we have both these things matching, yes, yes, so here comes the word true, otherwise it is coming false. Again you can see that if we combine no and no, both are matching, then it's true, otherwise a combination of no and yes, that is false, right? So in this way you can create matrix. So thus we have covered the sample question paper of CBSE AI. I hope you enjoyed this video and you have understood most of the things, at least the structure of the question paper which is going to come in your board examination. So best wishes for your examination. If you like this video, you can share with your friends, and do subscribe to my channel to get the other sample papers. So thank you and take care.